This message is meant to find you on or around the 28th of August. So this is what you are ready to hear or receive for your growth and evolution during this very potent time of transformation. We are in eclipse season. And not only that, but also we've got the second eclipse on the 28th of August at 3:33 a.m. UK time. And what is so profound about this is that the 28th of the 8th, 2026 adds up to number 1. This is literally a portal for new beginnings. So if you found yourself here today, if you are listening to this message, it has found you for a reason. So please take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and always use your discernment. I'm very excited to dive into this today. I feel so much strong energy running through me. Since I woke up this morning, I've just had life force just running through me. Maybe you're feeling this as well. Maybe you're feeling this new energy, this new sense of aliveness. Maybe you feel like you're really on the cusp of something new, a new life, a new version of yourself, and you're really just embracing and feeling this surge of energy that many people are feeling. Now, instantly what I pulled for you is reflection and expression. So let's dive in a little bit deeper. Reflection says, the energy you project into the world is mirrored back to you through the people and situations you attract. Shift your vibration to draw in what resonates with your highest self. Okay, so this is about being intentional during this time. We've also got expression. Open up your heart and connect with others. Express your creative self. I feel if you have been listening to many of my videos leading up to this one, this just makes complete sense because there's been a lot of talk about creativity, expressing your creative pursuits or creative talents. And now we've got the reflection. I feel like you're introducing yourself in a new way to the world. And I feel like when you introduce yourself in this new way, which is happening at this time, like you are literally in the season of planting new seeds. Let me say that again, sorry. The seeds have already been planted. You are in the season where you've been rooting down into this new reality, this new version of yourself. And I feel over the next few months, you're going to bloom into this new version. It's almost like you've done the preparation work, okay? It's almost like you've really nurtured and set the foundation of who you are ready to become. And this is really a portal of where you're just stepping into a deeper embodiment of that. And I know you're going to be feeling this. You're going to be feeling this shift over the last couple of weeks where there might have been a lot of downs and contractions, but there's also been highs. It's almost like you've been receiving flashes of visions or ideas or insights, like spirit is planting something in your mind. It's planting guidance in your mind, which is giving you flashes of what you're moving into. And I almost feel like whoever I'm speaking to, like you're really losing touch with that old version of yourself in the most beautiful and powerful way. I feel like you're really losing touch with who you were. Like you can still sense that there was that version of yourself. You can almost, you know that that existed, but you can't connect with it in the same way. And it's really because you've been through this huge transition in 2026 and you're really stepping into this season now of, I keep hearing that you're not playing anymore. There's two sides to this. I keep hearing you're not playing anymore, as in you're not negotiating with the life that you really want anymore. You're no longer trying to diminish or dim yourself in the same way anymore. I feel like this whole you're not playing anymore is more so that you're going to enter a season of so much focus and discipline. And this focus and discipline is going to be applied to stuff that you actually want and that is meant for you. It's not just going to be empty discipline. It's not going to be that you're putting all of this work in and you're not seeing any results. I feel like this is aligning with your truth, your soul's desires, your heart's desires. And I am being drawn to the throat here. So I do feel like some of you are going through this awakening of your self-expression, really again, stepping into your truth, but also what you say. So some of you might be working in that realm of the voice. So this could be singing, this could be teaching, this could be sharing messages, this could be public speaking, something around communication or writing. But it feels like there has been this awakening over your throat center over the last 12 months. And I feel like it's really connected with your solar plexus, your center of power, your self-esteem, your masculine energy. That's where the discipline and the focus comes in. So that makes sense. And then also your root center, your sense of belonging, your sense of survival, security, money, finances, assets, kind of your relationship with your material world. That's what I'm seeing. You have revolutionized your relationship with your material world over the last 12 months. And I feel like this is going to really change because you've already set this new tone, this new relationship with the material world. I feel like you're going to see the effects of this over the next 6 months. Now, as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm not predicting anything set in stone. I'm simply just sharing whatever is coming through. So just take it or leave it, truly. But that's just what I'm seeing, that over the next 6 months, I keep hearing 6 months. The last couple of days, I keep hearing 6 months, 6 months, 6 months. And it almost feels like previously, I wasn't supposed to do a reading that was the next 6 months. I was just supposed to do in the moment readings. It was a lot of you're in the in-between space, you're in the waiting period, you're in the void before something happens, before change occurs. Now, I feel like things are landing. Like it almost feels like whatever journey you've been through over the last 12 months, that spiritual journey is now landing in the material realm. It's landing in the physical world or the physical incarnation, how we experience it as physical. And I feel like this is allowing me now to tap into the next 6 months, okay? So maybe some of that is going to come through in this reading. We pulled, the wellness card. Ensure your body is nourished. Join a gym and regain strength. Live a healthier lifestyle. This is so interesting. So some of you might have been having that pull. Again, it's connected with the material world. You're no longer rejecting your material world as much. I feel like some of you here might have almost been a bit of a victim to your circumstances. Why can I not make more money? Why do things feel so hard? Why is no progress happening? Why, whatever it is, insert your thing. Whereas now I think you're realizing that it always begins with you, that you are actually the source of your outer reality. And with that power, anything becomes possible. And I do feel like this includes your body, your health, actually prioritizing your physical vessel. Because when you prioritize your physical vessel, that is also, it's creating more spaciousness and more allowance for your spirit to come through, for your essence to shine through. One of the biggest ways that we can block our essence from truly being expressed in the world is through the habits and behaviors that we do on our physical body or in our physical lives. So you might be feeling at the moment like you want to clear, you want to declutter your physical space. Maybe you do want to join a gym, get a bit more focused and disciplined with what you're ingesting, what you're putting into your body, making sure that you're not eating as many processed foods, okay? You're actually really prioritizing genuinely good vibrational foods for your body. You might be drawn to root vegetables is what I'm seeing, like potatoes, like maybe some peppers, some red vegetables to really heal that root center, that sacral center, that solar plexus center. So really follow that guidance if that is coming through for you. Now, I'm also seeing the stars. Some of you might have been having a lot of disrupted sleep lately. It almost feels like there's a lot of activity happening during the night for you at this time when your body is fully rested and spirit can like fully work on you. That's just something coming through. Some of you also might be night owls and you might be waking up to work on something. This could be the creative pursuit. This could be songs. This could be books. This could be an idea, like a business idea. And I almost want to say to you, just work when it works, like just flow when it comes through. There is no, I need to sleep between this hour and this hour. It's if you're tapped into other dimensions, if you're tapped into the spirit world, it just comes through when it comes through. Okay, so like really trust that at this time. I also pulled the success card, choosing the right direction and actively overcoming difficulties. You're on the right track. Isn't that incredible? So those of you that have been doubting the last 12 months, you've been thinking, why is things not moving as fast as I want them to move? Why do I feel that everything feels very slow, very kind of, what's that word, like grudgy? I don't even know if that's a word. It's kind of like between grudge and mud is what I'm sensing. I'm actually seeing that, what's that childhood game, Stuck in the Mud? You know, where someone stands there and then you have to like go through the legs. Haven't played that for a while. Let me know if you've been playing that recently. Look, I'm all here for, I was gonna say I'm here for adult games. You know what I mean? I'm here for always being childlike, okay? Always playing. I actually come from a family where we love games. We get very competitive, so I'm here for it. But it's kind of this sense of things just haven't been moving in the way that you want and the direction that you want. Like you are being catapulted into your soul's truth. Wow. I really feel, oh my goodness. Okay. This makes complete sense. Oh my goodness. Guys, get excited. We have got essence here. This is number 19, so that could be relevant for someone, but also 1 + 9 = 10, 1 + 0 = 1. This is the number of the 28th of August, okay? So we've got essence here. This is you reconnecting with your essence again. After many years of maybe forgetting it, distorting it, being blocked, I do feel like you're someone that's maybe been surrounded by illusion, like almost like there's been some potential entity attachments or people in your life that have been trying to influence you to not be in your essence, to not follow your truth, to not speak your truth. And I really do feel like you've been through this massive awakening where you've had to confront a lot of hard truths and a lot of relationships in your life, and you're seeing the truth for what it really is, and you've moved through this distortion, this illusion. And again, for some of you, this could be entity attachments specifically that have maybe been in your family line for generations. And so you're overcoming family prophecies, family paradigms. This could be connected with poverty and wealth. That's what I'm seeing. But this also could be connected with survival. However your family has needed to survive in the past, you can't really express your essence when you're in survival. When you're in survival, you're just focused on your security and your safety. It's almost like the world is somewhat of a scary place. You don't trust people. You don't trust that you'll be provided for. It's almost like, I'm going to say it as it's coming through, but take it in the way you need to take it. It's like you don't know when the next meal is going to happen, or when the next bit of food is going to come through, or when the next water is going to be there. It's like very basic survival needs. And I feel like I'm speaking to someone that is breaking this in their generational family line, okay? I also feel like I'm speaking to people that might have family from other countries. You might be like a bit of a mix and a blend where your family comes from different areas in the world, and you might be feeling a pull to connect with these roots in some way, shape, or form. That's going to be for someone specific. I almost feel like you might be called to go back to an origin country, whether that's where you're from, or whether that's where your family are from, or there's some sort of connecting with the culture, like the food or the music or the teachings or the writings, or just like the energy, like the personality that that country and that culture gives to you. And I've literally got goosebumps over my entire body. I feel like it's going to enrich your soul. There is something here about coming back home, about coming back to yourself. And that also requires you to remember your ancestry line. It also requires you to remember like the energy and the essence of where you come from. There's this really interesting feeling of like you're closing out this family cycle, and so you've had to face a lot of the shadows that have existed in your family line up until this point, and you're also being called to reconnect with the light of your family line. Some of you might be diving into ancestry or asking questions about your family history, family trees, reconnecting with lost loved ones, like like distanced family members, or people that feel like family. They could be friends that you're kind of reconnecting with. There just feels like there's this real big, like you've closed a cycle. It's almost like you've had to leave the nest, go out on your own for however long, face all these shadows and challenges and almost troubles, and you've overcome so many obstacles. You're now at this point where it's like you're closing the cycle, you're reconnecting with the essence of your family. Like there's something in this. There's something in what your family culture carries that is kind of coming through you. Like you might even feel like you are carrying on somewhat of a family legacy. And this could be in so many ways. This could be cooking your mother's recipes in your family home. This could be bringing in a dance from your family and sharing it with friends or your partner. Or this could be on a bigger scale of almost like following the family legacy of what it is you're here to do as your soul's purpose. Now, as I'm saying this, I really interestingly see myself in this because I come from a family line of healers and psychics. No surprise there. So I feel at the moment like I am really reconnecting with just deeper parts of that healing ancestry. And other cultures as well, and how there's always, I've got big ties to South Africa, and a lot of my blood, my DNA is South African, and I do feel called to that recently. So it's interesting. It's kind of like this, yeah, I see myself in that too, like reconnecting with that. Like I feel like I'm stepping into a different way of being that healer, being that healer, well, just being the healer, being the healer role, okay? So I've always been a healer, but I feel like I'm stepping into it in a different way. And it almost feels like it is somewhat continuing the legacy of my family, because my grandpa, who's a very well-known healer, he's been doing it for years. He seems like he's on his way out of the physical world, shall we say. So it feels like he's kind of at the end of his time here, and he is really in transition. He's actually in hospital at the moment, not doing very well. And so it's interesting as I'm saying this, I'm like, oh, it's kind of like the next generation of healers in our family are now coming forth to continue that legacy. So that's just really interesting. So some of you might resonate with that. The next card we've got here is opening. And there's a beautiful pink flower here. So that might be resonant for someone. Also water, like pools of water, maybe even hot tubs is coming through as well. And this is number 35. So that could be relevant for someone. Also the number 7 could be relevant. And I'm going to show you this. So this came out with the essence card. So your essence is opening. That's what's happening. Your essence is opening. You've created enough mental space for your spirit to come through in a way that it didn't have space to come through before. And I feel like that's what this last year has been for you. And this portal of this solar eclipse season almost feels like it's like the culmination. Like it really does feel like it's the culmination of all the space you've created over the last 12 months. And I keep seeing the number 6. That could be relevant to someone. Oh, okay. Oh, we've got 1221, taking initiative, transformation, positivity, happiness, communication, messages, good news, self-expression, high energy. Okay, so on point. Make the most of what you have and it will lead you to new heights. Acknowledge your blessings and cherish your loved ones. Inspiration will guide you forward, helping you discover your path. Exciting news and positive developments are on the horizon. Oh my goodness, I love this so much. I also see how this connects with the expression card. Open your heart and connect with others. There is a big theme of connection here. Are you connecting with people in a different way than what you have before? Have you opened your heart in a way that feels so much more deep and vulnerable and intimate and open? And do you feel like you're letting people see a different side of you? That's what I want to say. That's what I'm feeling. I'm going to get another one of these ones, and then I'm going to do one of the angel cards because I just really feel called to that. Oh, we've got many choices. Opportunities abound when you are in a dilemma. All roads lead to Rome. Look at all your options. Wow. And there's balloons here. You've got to celebrate the choice that you actually have. Some of you also might have birthdays coming up, or this might feel like a birthday, like a renewal of your birth. You are being born again. But this feels many choices. Wow. You've got, oh my God, okay, this completely makes sense. So before I jumped on, I kept hearing that the two things of this play, so you're not playing anymore, as in you're actually taking your purpose and yourself seriously. You're like, I'm gonna make this happen, I'm gonna do this thing. But on the flip side of this, you're being more playful with your options and your choices. And what I kept hearing was that you've had to go through this mental flexibility, almost like 12 months ago, you were maybe more fixed and rigid in how you thought things needed to play out, in the plan that you had for yourself, for your life, for your relationships, in the way that you thought things needed to be in order for things to feel good and in order. And you've been through a lot of chaos in these last 12 months. I feel like I keep hearing things have been stirred up. Things have been stirred up in your physical and your non-physical worlds. Your mind, your emotions, your physical, like everything has kind of been a bit like, whoa, what is going on? Like a whirlpool is what I'm seeing. And that actually makes complete sense with, where's the card? This card, the opening. I'm seeing a whirlpool here. This is what I mean by pools, hot tubs. Like this consistent swirling and kind of not being able to like ground in anything. And this was required for you to be more mentally malleable, for you to be more mentally flexible and spacious, for you to open to multiple options and choices and possibilities. Like you've had to step into this energy of, what if it's not what I thought it needed to be? What if it is actually something completely different? And I'm okay discovering that. I am okay being in the journey of figuring out what that is, allowing life to show me and guide me what that is. Wow, that is just what I feel. Okay. Let me do this again. I just didn't feel that was right. So this is amazing, guys. This is amazing. You've had to open up, flex, and like have a flexible mind. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. Let's look at this. We've got obstacles. The road ahead may present some challenges. Consider looking for an easier path to your destination. I'm pretty sure this came through in the reading I did yesterday as well. So if you watched that one I did yesterday, maybe that will resonate with you as well. An easier path. This ties in so well to what I was saying about the mental malleability and flexibility. Like opening up to other ways that it's going to happen. I feel that so strongly. I'm going to do another one of these. Let's see what's coming through here. I feel like birds could be relevant for you. Maybe you're seeing feathers recently, hearing birds, connecting with birds, that's coming through. And I'm also seeing candles. Who's been lighting candles, burning a new flame, igniting a new spark? That could be metaphoric, that could be literal. But that just feels relevant. Ooh, okay. This is so interesting. So we've got bad weather, number 32. Clouds gather and the winds howl. A storm is inevitable. This is not a time to fight the elements, but to prepare or reschedule your plans. You've got to go with the flow. You've got to go with the flow. Oh, this makes so much sense. Okay, I've had this feeling this morning. Now, this might not be for everyone. This is just a personal feeling, but I'm going to share it with you because it's coming through as I'm looking at this card. I went for my walk this morning, my coffee and walk, which I do every morning. And I just felt and sensed this almost like eerie energy in the atmosphere. And I kept sensing that spirit was telling me to stay home, to not venture too far at this time, to actually really honor space, being inwards, being in my own little cocoon, and not actually interacting, socializing, or almost like going out into the world over the next few days. That's just what I was feeling. Now, I'm not saying that this is for you as well, so use your discernment. I just feel called to share it. This bad weather card, that is what I'm picking up on, is that during this time of the eclipse, during this time around the 28th of August, you might feel like canceling some plans. You might feel like there's something in you that's saying, I just need to be in my own space at the moment. And I do feel like there is going to be this massive disruption over the next few days. Like there is a very disruptive energy in the air. I was even thinking earlier about looking at the crime rates over the weekend to see if there's been an increase in crime. I know that sounds so random, but that's just how it was coming through. So you might also be feeling like staying inside, staying, I want to say safe. And again, I have to assert so much that only take this on if this feels true for you. Like I'm not going to impose any of this on you. I'm not telling you to stay inside. I'm just sharing the message. You do with this what you will, okay? But I do wonder if that is meant to come through because I've been feeling it all day. I've been feeling it all day that sensitive people, spiritually tapped in people might need a bit of a break from the social world over the next few days. Just to feel a bit more contained in your energy. So if that's for you, that's for you. If not, it's not. We've also got here, wish fulfillment, number 7. Let this be your confirmation that your wish will be fulfilled. The universe is orchestrating the perfect circumstances for your arrival. For its arrival, sorry, this is number 7, and then we've got a serpent there. If you could see that. Beautiful, beautiful. So there is something you've been wishing for. There is something you've been preparing for over the last 12 months that I feel is really, it's coming to fruition. And I think it's going to happen. It might not happen in a way that you thought it would 12 months ago, but it's true to your heart. This has been a big theme in my readings over the last couple of weeks, is transitioning from a life that feeds the ego to a life that feeds the soul. And I feel like if you've landed on this message, you're also in this season. And so things are just going to feel a bit different. Things are going to feel a bit different at the moment. Okay. Ooh, okay. Love this. We've got breakthrough here. Number 9. Closing cycles. We've got movement. We've got a horse representing future. We've got mountains. You've climbed mountains. You've climbed challenges. You've been through a lot. We've also got belief here. If you can see that, we've got belief. This is reconnecting with your childhood energy. This is reconnecting with your imagination. And I feel like this might have been the breakthrough. You've had a mental breakthrough of expanding your mind of what you believe is possible, and you're reconnecting with your childhood essence, potentially for the first time in a decade. Like, you're really connecting with what it is that really feeds your soul, what really sparks joy in your life, and you're realizing that life doesn't have to be as freaking serious. That just flew out. Okay, give me a second. What is this? Oh my goodness. Empowerment. Oh my. I'm getting so excited because this has my favorite animal on it. I've never pulled this card before. This is making history, guys. Okay, empowerment. Number 11. Number 11. It's got a picture of a black leopard. That is my favorite animal. I'm obsessed. The black leopard came through to me in my first psilocybin journey on my birthday, and I've just connected with the energy ever since. Oh my God. So much energy running through me. Why does this happen? Okay. You are not meant to cower in the shadows of others. The time has come to step into your power, to own your choices, and to actualize the potential that you know is within you. I'm going to show you this card so you can connect with the energy. Hopefully the light's not on that too much. You can see that. Empowerment, guys. Vibration through my body. Vibrations through my body. Everything you have been through has been helping to activate and actualize your power. And you've needed to go through this to break the family line, to break family prophecies, and to actually step into your soul's truth. I feel like I'm speaking to someone who is a chain breaker. Someone who is here to step into the new. Someone that is here to do something that your family has not been able to do. This could be financial ceilings. This could be business success. This could be a loving relationship, a loving family home. There is something here about creating a new world to exist in for your family and the generations to come. And you're at a very pivotal moment. You have been entrusted with being the family generational chain breaker. Wow. I really feel like I need to cry. This feels so overwhelmingly powerful and strong. I am speaking to and looking at someone who has so much power, someone who has truly come here to break the family line, to create something different. It's almost like you have been, this sounds so cliche, but I'm just going to say it because it's coming through. So take this or leave it. But what I'm hearing is you are the chosen one to do things differently. And maybe this is why you feel like a black sheep. That's what this community is. I'm telling you, this community on YouTube, we are the black sheeps. We are the generational breakers. We are here to see the world and create a different world for our children and our children's children to exist in that actually supports us being in our essence. It's not just what society tells us that we need to do or who we need to be or how we need to live our lives to feel safe and cared for. And I put that in quote marks. We are here to create an existence in a world where people can actually feel free, where people can actually feel in their freaking power to go do what their soul has come here to do. Not to just be entrapped by all of this collective oppression and suppression. I'm almost seeing us move from division, a divisive society, into unity, into a united community. Wow, this is so strong. But this card, this feels like the card to wrap this reading up. Empowerment, number 11, on the 28th of August, 2026, which adds up to number 1. I'm going to end it on this card, 11. The Black Leopard, empowerment. Shall I read it one more time? Just for dramatic effect. Okay. It's like you're talking to me. I'm like, okay. You were not meant to cower in the shadows of others. The time has come to step into your power, to own your choices, and to actualize the potential that you know is within you. This is the time. Ride this energy of the solar eclipse. Be aware of what's coming up for you. Follow that heart's guidance because that's important. Amethyst might be important for you. For some reason, I was just really called to amethyst. So amethyst might be relevant to you. And also tiger's eye. I forgot that this came through at the beginning. Before I jumped on, I was really drawn to tiger's eye. I almost want to let you know that you are protected and that you have so much courage within you to make this happen, whatever it is that you're stepping into. You have the power, you have the courage, and you have the strength to make this happen. Trust me on this. Trust me, you're more capable than you think you are. Oh my goodness, I've got so much energy. I've already worked out today, but I'm like, I need to go work out again. Okay, team. Before I close as well, I have personal readings open at the moment. If you want a personal reading with me, you can book via the link in the description. And I've also just opened up my annual end of year reading. So this is something I do at the end of every year for November and December. And you can book in 2 days. So I've actually opened that today. So you can book in for November, December. And the end of year reading is basically where it's a space for you to be held, to pause, to reflect, and to gain clarity on what this year has been for you, what is no longer in alignment with you, and to help activate you into who you're becoming and what is next for you in your life as you transition from 2026 into 2027. So those bookings are now live and available. Other than that, guys, I'm so happy you're here. I appreciate you so much. Peace, power, strength, love, all of the things, and I will see you on the next one.